Super Bowl 51, Patriots, Falcons. Bucky, we've got the entire preview here. And what we're going to do is just kind of go by position groups and say who's better. At the end of the video, we're going to tally up the numbers, and that'll tell us who's going to win the game.
I mean, this is an extensive project, so let's get right to it.
Yeah, let's jump in. Let's jump in here. Let's start with quarterbacks, and let's make the decision here who we like better between Tom Brady and Matt Ryan. Why don't you start us off and break down Mr. Brady?
Well, Tom Brady, when you think about him, you're talking about one of the more accurate quarterbacks in the National Football League. A guy that throws with great timing and anticipation, does an excellent job of throwing receivers open. Here we see a sail route against the Houston Texans. He's going to put this ball right on the boundary. And to use something that you talk about, like drop that thing in the mailbox, He fits it in. Terrific play. But what I also like about Tom Brady is his ability to have complete command over this offense. It allows the New England Patriots to be very creative. There we see him started in a two-back formation, motion over. Now they can dictate the terms. They get the Pittsburgh Steelers in a check that's favorable for them. Now he gets to just really have his way with the defense. Tom Brady has the ability to do so much at the line of scrimmage. He allows the Patriots to always have advantage when he comes to the line. These are the things that he would do against the Atlanta Falcons. It's really tough to defend a quarterback that can do it all.
Yeah, no, look, it's hard to argue with everything Tom Brady brings to the table, but Matt Ryan has had a pretty special year, Bucky. When you watch him on tape this year, a couple things jump out to me. You've mentioned it before, just the fact that they're using his athleticism a little bit more, and that's been on display, not only running the football, but throwing on the move. You're going to see a nice little rollout right here and see Matt Ryan on the move to the right where he's very comfortable on a little boot action right here. He's got Mohamed Sanu at the top and just throws the ball so effortless and so easy. Right on the money. That's clear sight lines. That's an easy completion for Matt Ryan. So we know he can throw accurately on the move, but how about when the defense affords him this type of an opportunity? You got 10 yards away from the nearest defender. He's got nothing but a bunch of green turf and decides just go ahead and use his legs and go get it himself. That's easy. So this is something he's going to have to do. They've got a couple of interesting running backs, but what he can supplement that run game with will be huge in this ball game.
He has really taken his game up a notch. Last year coming off a disappointing season, now playing like an MVP. This is a tough one, but for me, I'm going with Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't think you can go against Tom Brady and the Patriots on this one. I think we agree. We give the edge at the quarterback position to the Patriots. All right, let's switch over to the skill position players here. Now, this whole discussion gets kind of interesting. What do you think here with the Falcons?
The Atlanta Falcons have afforded Matt Ryan a Cadillac. Like we talked about the supporting cast, they have everything that you could possibly want. Big receivers, gas on the outside, and speed receivers, and then dynamic running backs. Here we see Devontae Freeman leaving out of the backfield on a circle route, deliver it to him, and this is where he can make the magic happen. One-on-one in space. They try to create a number of opportunities for their playmakers to get one-on-one in the open field because they know their guys can turn short passes into big gains. And then when you have the number one receiver in football, the big beast on the outside, Julio Jones, sometimes you just allow him to work. Here we see him in the slot. He's going to run a little simple in route.
He's going to get held like crazy on this
but he's
play
just so
as well.
strong and so physical. I mean, he's just able to work through this. I mean, there you see the physicality at the line of scrimmage, working through the jam. But this is what I really like about him. I like the way that Julio is able to finish the run. Breaks through that tackle, stiff arms another guy. You just are not supposed to be able to make pro players look like little kids, but he is a man among boys when he's on the perimeter.
And with the Patriots, it's kind of, pick your poison. They got a bunch of different guys they're going to spread the ball around to, and sometimes it's not even just about the players. You're going to see James White here. It can be about the plays. And look at this beautiful play design they have here. Buck, he's going to give the illusion like he's just going to go to the flat, and then he's going to turn it into a real tight wheel route right here. Ooh. Tom Brady throws with anticipation, gets him the ball up top for a touchdown. That's beautiful play design to use the different skills that they have. Now, what they do best, you talked about what get the athletes the ball in space. Julian Edelman, one of the best in the NFL at doing something with the ball after the catch. And Tom Brady, nice little play design. He clears the linebacker, put it right on him. And now watch what he does. You're going to get him one-on-one in space right here against the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is the first opportunity they have to get him on the ground. Not so much. Going to go ahead and get around him. Now you got somebody else coming across the field. He outruns him. Now you got another Pittsburgh Steeler that has the angle on him, so you figure just stay underneath him and push him out of bounds. He sidesteps him. So look at all the yards that he's generating after a very, very simple completion. That's what this Patriots offense is all about. It's a mixture of plays and players.
I mean, it's a mixture of plays and players, but I'm going to go with the skill guys that I think are superior. I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons. I just think they have more dynamic players within the
Julio.
lineup.
I mean, Julio Jones. I mean, come on. That's it. I'm with you on that one. I agree with the Falcons on that one. Let's move over to the offensive line here, Buck, and get us going with the Pats.
You know, the New England Patriots have done a great job of being balanced on their offense. They receive LeGarrette Blount in the backfield. This is just a simple zone play. But what I like about them is since Dante Scarnecchia has come back, they're doing a great job of working in unison. Hat on a hat, controlling the line of scrimmage. They receive Nate Solder being able to get his block.
Joe Tooney!
Your guy, Tooney, knocking someone on the ground. Even watch the edge guys. There you can see Marcus Cannon and some of those other guys. Everyone is on a defender. They're creating a new line of scrimmage. LeGarrette Blount is to the second level, and he has not been touched. And then the way that he finishes the run, the toughness, the physicality, to be able to take it all the way down inside the 1 yard line. These are the things that we've seen from the New England Patriots consistently throughout the year. It's one of the reasons why LeGarrette Blount finished as the regular season touchdown leader with 18. He is going to play a key role because the offensive line is getting it done up front.
No, they've been a very physical group, Bucky. When you look at this Falcons team, this is a scheme under Kyle Shanahan, adopted from his dad, Mike Shanahan, that is all it does is successfully run the football year after year. Watch this you can see a little stretch here, a little stretch zone, and watch the seam that's created here. You don't know if he's going outside. He cuts it back, and you just have all kinds of space. This is stealing. You're going to get a two-way go on a safety. He just kind of powers his way through right there. So this is something that we've seen for decades, not just for a year, a month, a week. This is something in a run game we've seen with the Shanahans that has worked for a very long time.
It has worked for a very long time, and I like the synergy between the personnel and the scheme. Because of that, I'm going to lean towards the Atlanta Falcons offensive line in this situation because they're doing a great job. Alex Mack has done a great job controlling the point. They have athletic guys on the edges. They're able to do some of the things in space because their offensive line is able to control the point of attack.
I'm going to go with the more physical group, and I think that's the New England Patriots. Dante Scarnecchia, you touched on him and his importance, keeping Tom Brady upright and being able to push the ball physically down the throat of a defense. I'll give a slight edge. I think it's very close there. I'll give the slight edge to the Patriots. All right, let's move on here. Where are we going now, Buck? Let's go over to the defensive side of the ball, defensive line.
Defensive line, the Atlanta Falcons are kind of regarded as a soft defense, but of late, the last half of the season, I think they've come on like game busters. Part of it is because their front line is beginning to dominate in key stretches. Here we see Tyson Jackson. He is going to take this guy inside. We'll see the power play, the push, the toughness to be able to corral Aaron Rodgers like this. These are the plays that the Falcons have been able to get. A lot of times when we think about the Atlanta Falcons, we talk solely about Vic Beasley, but they're more to this front line than Vic Beasley. Here we see Jonathan Babineau, being able to come up, come around, get inside. Big hit on the running back in the backfield. On paper, the numbers don't look great. But when it comes to a production standpoint and being able to play, what I say playing downhill because they're always playing with a lead, they certainly have enough hunters up front to be able to get it done.
All right, let's switch it over to the Patriots here. Malcolm Brown has been a really nice player for them out of the University of Texas, lined up over the tackle here inside shade. And just watch how quick his hands are right here. Slap the hands off tackle, penetrate, get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. So you think about this defense, used to be just kind of a sit and clog defense with their front. Now you're seeing guys that can get upfield. Another example of some quickness here. How about Vincent Valentine here down in the goal line? Got to have penetration and short yardage, and he gives it to you right here, gets in the backfield, gets D'Angelo Williams for a 3-yard loss. So this defense can hold the point of attack, Bucky, but they can penetrate when the time calls for it.
Yeah, absolutely. They do a great job. The scheme is really friendly for them. Because of that, I'm going to say the New England Patriots get the edge. Bill Belichick makes sure his guys are in the right situation. They do a great job of following order.
Yeah, they got Branch as well. They got a bunch of guys. I'm going to give the edge to the Patriots as well. A lot of depth with that group. All right, let's move over to the linebackers.
You know, when you look at the linebackers for the Patriots, there's not a lot of notable names yet. We can talk about Dante Hightower, but the guy who's been a big find for them has been Kyle Van Noy, coming up from the Detroit Lions. He's given them that versatile linebacker that can play in coverage, and he's also proven that he can be adept at knocking the ball out. The New England Patriots do all of the little things well, which is why they consistently win. Getting the ball out, keeping the ball in front of the defense. Kyle Van Noy is a guy that is bought into the system, and we're beginning to see him thrive as a linebacker for the Patriots.
No, he's done a nice job. They find out what you can do to help the club, and they put you in a situation to do that. The Falcons, though, you talk about some young, athletic guys that can really run. Devondre Campbell here, the rookie, at the line of scrimmage over the tight end. Watch him stack, get off, flow, and make a tackle. The range he shows you right there, that lateral quickness. to go along with the strength. He's a really nice young player for them. Now they got another young rookie in Deion Jones, Bucky, who you see just buzz and fly around the field each and every week. You see Campbell in coverage right here, who we just mentioned. He does a nice job initially. You've got the tight end bracketed right here. There's nowhere for him to go. Look where Deion Jones starts this play, and look at just get close to the football, pops in your lap, good things will happen. Then once he gets the ball in his hands, he's a threat to score, which he's done this year. So you've got some big-time speed and athleticism with this Falcons linebacker core.
The speed and athleticism gives the Atlanta Falcons the edge in this debate. I believe their athleticism, their ability to be run and chase players, has allowed them to create a lot of turnovers. This is a team that is used to playing with the lead, and because they're used to playing downhill, they got the pass rush going, they got the chasers in the second level, and then we'll talk about the secondary. Atlanta Falcons get the advantage when it comes to linebackers.
Yeah, blitz and cover. They can do both those things. I worry a little bit about them holding up at the point of attack against a physical group, but overall I'll give the edge to the Falcons as well. All right, let's move back to the secondary.
You know, the secondary, young athletic secondary for the Atlanta Falcons. When you talk to Dan Quinn, he's going to talk a lot about single high coverage, keeping a deep post safety to prevent the deep balls. There we see the space. As long as you don't let the ball get over top, you always have a chance. As a safety, you're always worrying about tips and overthrows lead to interceptions. Carter Allen picks off an overthrow, takes this back down the boundary. Against Tom Brady, they're going to have to be stout and steady on the outside. The safeties are going to have to be playing great because they can't allow the ball to get down the middle of the field. This is where that secondary comes into play. I think they can do a good job against the Patriots because I think they match up really well against their receiver core.
Yeah, they played well coming down the stretch here, Bucky. But when you look at this Patriots group, they're good individually. There's some really good individual players, but collectively they're even better the way that they work with one another. And you can see a little bit of that work right here with Logan Ryan and with McCourty here at safety. And you can see this ball right here. Brock Osweiler works from the front side, comes to the back side, and then just go up and play the ball at the high point. McCourty does a nice job tipping it up in the air and gets his pal Logan Ryan an interception. And then what they do with the ball afterwards, that's just a bonus right there. What you can get that ball all the way down there at the 5-yard line. But this group, not only against the pass, Buck, they're a physical group, and you'll see it right here on the blitz from Logan Ryan. Coming off the slot, you should be alerted to this as a quarterback when you got a safety stacked over the top of him. They're going to run the high tower over there to cover him up. He gets to the quarterback and gets Osweiler on the ground. So they've got a group that can cover as well as force the run and give you some blitz ability as well.
Do a great job playing with discipline. They don't let the ball fly over their head. They force you to nickel and dime the ball down the field. Because of that, I'm going with the Patriots secondary in this one.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one. I'm going to give the Patriots the call. And I just got a feeling, I don't know why, but it feels like McCourty could end up being a key player in this game. He's going to have to be covering up a lot of dudes with some speed coming down the field. Keep an eye on him. All right, we're not done yet. We got to do special teams before we wrap this up. Patriots special teams, Bucky, what we got here?
Do a great job of stealing points in the kicking game, whether it's by putting the ball inside the 10 on punch, getting a turnover in the punt cover game, or on the kickoff coverage. But they've also discovered in the postseason how to put the ball in the paint on kickoff returns. Here we see Dion Lewis. He's going to take this simple return, but he finds an opening, takes it back to the right. This is a guy that can take it the distance, 98-yard punt return. It really turned the momentum, changed the game, the complexion of the game in that divisional round. The New England Patriots find a way to win the field position battle because they excel on special teams. This could be the deciding factor in a game that features two high-powered offenses.
Yeah, one thing about the Falcons, they've got a good kicker, they've got a good punter, and they also have a returner here in Eric Weems who can change the field position for you a little bit. He's been doing it for a long time. You see on the punt here, you already see the alley formed. This is pretty horrible coverage by the Raiders, to be quite honest with you here, Buck. But look at the distance he's going to end up traveling. He gets to that seam, and they've got a nice little wall set up here. Need to go ahead and get on Marquette King, though, because if you don't get Marquette King, he's going to get you. Brings him down, but that's still a really long return there. So I think the combination of kicker, punter, and returner, I like what the Falcons have overall. But who would you give the edge to in this group, Buck?
I'm going to go with the New England Patriots. I just think they do a great job in the third phase. They understand how to steal those extra yards, and that's critical in this game.
It's close, but I'm going to go with the Falcons. I like what they're doing, especially in the kicking game here. So there's the final tally. This is what we have it here. We give the edge 8-6. We're not saying that's going to be the score. It'd be a heck of a story if it was. But that's how we see it. We give the overall roster edge to the New England Patriots. More complete team, 8-6, Buck.
It's one of the reasons why they're always here. They seem like they're always in the Super Bowl every year because they do a great job of assembling talent and coaching to the talent. But the Atlanta Falcons are a real team. This is a very compelling and competitive matchup.
Yeah, we said that they have the more talent, although Bucky, if you find out our other video where we talk about Matt Ryan and Tom Brady, he might not necessarily be picking the team that we think has the most talent. Be sure to check out that video as well as all of our videos, NFL.com/MoveTheSticks. And remember, you can check out our scouting competition that we have going on right now. If you want to be a scout, give us a shout. Send us a scouting report to MoveTheSticks at NFL.com. You can check NFL.com/scouting competition for more details. Open till February 17th. No purchase necessary. Open to the legal residents 18 and older of the United States and the District of Columbia.